Jerry Carboni. I'm the library director, and I welcome you tonight to the knitting circle, sort of. I'd like to thank Leslie Markey in the back row there, who's our one of our staff knitters. She's our cataloger here. I'd like to thank her for helping to facilitate Jenny's appearance, and also the wonderful display of knitting books, which a lot of the collection development goes to Leslie for recommending knitting and craft books. It's like one of our highest circulating collections, so you can thank her for that. And so I'd like to introduce Elizabeth Johnson, who will introduce Jenny. Elizabeth is a database systems manager at Putney School, but she also serves as our volunteer webmaster. And if you've been to our website, you'll see how wonderfully it's designed and kept up to date and everything. So thank you for that, Elizabeth. But she's also a knitter, and she's studying spinning and dyeing under Jenny for 7 years. So she knows Jenny and knows her work. So Elizabeth, would you mind doing the honors?
So, good evening. Spinning Around, Spinning, Dyeing, and Knitting Elizabeth Zimmerman Classics is really a story about knowledge, generosity, inspiration, and a dream. It was over 30 years ago that a young artist, Jeannine Bakriges, who I'll be calling Jenny.
I should have had this first.
I know, I offered. Set down her paintbrushes and picked up her knitting needles, inspired by knitting icon Elizabeth Zimmerman and her daughter Meg Swanson's patterns and writings. 3 years later, empowered by what she had learned and with a desire for even more control in her knitting projects, Jenny set out to learn, spin, and eventually dye the yarn that she created. I believe that Jenny is one of the most generous and talented fiber artist instructors out there. Jenny not only strives to learn new things, but has a burning desire to share her ideas and knowledge with the world in a very non-judgmental way.
Very important.
Yes. As a teacher for over the past decade, she not only puts the fibers in your hand, but she shares with you all the skills that you need to learn to create with confidence. While writing this book, she created a blog to organize her thoughts that attracted thousands of readers that were drawn to her conversational writing style. This style, along with its humor and clarity, is carried throughout her book. Spinning Around is a realized dream of Jenny's to have written a book based on her mentor's patterns and have it published by their publishing company, Schoolhouse Press. For us, the fiber artist and aspiring fiber artist, it is a tool filled with Jenny's knowledge and also a breathtaking look at her inspirational talent. Please join me in welcoming Jeannine Bakriges.
Well, thank you so much for coming out on this evening. It's really a pleasure to be here with you. I'd like to start by thanking everyone, and there were a lot of people who helped to make this program happen, and for that matter, who helped to make the book happen. And but first, I'd like to thank Jerry Carboni for allowing this program to even occur, for the hard work of Leslie Markey and other librarians, including Teresa, who can't be with us tonight, but I understand Teresa would talk up the patrons about this, not only about this program, but about knitting. I mean, I think everybody in Brattleboro should be knitting because of that. But also, too, I want to thank E for, that's Elizabeth. I call her E. I don't know why I do, but I do. And also, too, I might as well say right away the thank yous to some very, very good friends of mine who, many of you are here, and who have listened to me for 5 years talk about writing this book, basically, and that's how long it took. I have a friend who, a mentor, a very dear mentor of mine, and some of you may know her. She's